Hey everyone, back with another video, and today is another viewer requested video. So I've been getting a lot of requests for how to make these Forza boxes. So if you've been on Instagram recently, you will see these kind of all over the place. I'm going to go through how to make it or how I made it, and then actually if you stick around to the end of the video, I'll show you where you can download this. So I actually made this project file downloadable, and I'll walk you through the template and kind of show you how everything's used. So let's jump right into it. When you download the file, this is what it's going to look like. I have it set up so basically you can just jump right in and do it. But I want to walk you through and kind of show you the different layers and show you what I did and how I did it and things like that. So let's start at the bottom here. So the first layer is it's a box folder. And now, in order to keep this file small and be downloadable friendly, I had to flatten some of the layers, but I'll kind of walk you through what I did. So this was basically just a green shape. Just kind of drew it around to get some of the texture and the different dimension. I added a curves layer and then did I selected a path here around here with a pen tool just to give it that little bit darker. So it's two different shades. So I just pulled the curves down a bit, and that gave the different colors between the two. And then just to accentuate that highlight a little bit more, what I did is if you command click this, it gives you a selection, and I just went around with a white paintbrush tool. And I just ever so slightly started highlighting right around there. And if you get too much, like maybe I added too much there, you can go back with a layer mask and just kind of paint on the inside and get rid of some of that. And then you can take the opacity down just to get it kind of where you want it. So that's how I created that. Up here, we'll come back to this layer. So then the next thing I started working on was the side. So let me turn on this layer. So you can see here I have a couple different things going on here. I have a gray shape layer. Again, just use the pen tool, drew this in here. The cool thing about the template, if you want to change this, you can command click right here and then just go in, select a different color, click OK, and then just click Alt Delete. Just kidding. If you're on the right layer, it'll work. Click Alt Delete and then click Command D. So that's a way that you can go in and you can change that color. So then working up through here, we have the logos. So the Forza and the Xbox logos, you can get these online. So I just downloaded it. And then the last thing I added was this little highlight right here. Let me deselect that and show you. So before and after, so the highlight really helps sell that three-dimensional shape. And essentially what I did there is, again with the pen tool, I just drew a shape straight down. So let's make a new layer. Just drew a pen shape from the bottom right here and then up. And then if you right click and make selection, and then just fill that with black. So let's hit D to get our foreground colors back, X to bring white as our foreground color, and then just Alt Delete. And then what I did is once I had that, I went into filter and added a blur. So down here a Gaussian blur. That way you just have that fall off on the edges, and you can kind of just play around with this and kind of get something that you like. So that looks pretty good. And then the last piece is just lowering that opacity down. So lowered it down quite a bit and right there. So that's how you get that highlight. So I'll just go ahead and delete that. And then moving up. So then we have our front cover elements. So if we break this down, again, to keep things small, I had to flatten some of this, but you can see here we have the different elements. So this is just another shape layer. So draw that out with your pen tool. Again, the same Xbox logo from the side. This, I just retyped all this stuff out from a reference image And then again with the logo here, same logo. This one I just made all white, so it's on the side, so it matches kind of what Xbox does. One thing that I left in the template for you is if you want to change this text, you can go in, it's all editable. You can go in and just change that to whatever. So if you want to put, you know, your car model or something like that, you can go ahead and do that. And then the last thing that I did was add in the rating system. And one thing that I did with this that I thought was kind of cool, and it's another technique, is I used a smart object for the ratings. So what that allows you to do is if you double click in here, it pulls up this other file. And what this has all of the different ratings in it. So you can go through and select whatever rating you want. And once you get to the one that you want, just hide the rest if it's not the top layer. And you can hit Command S to save, close that out, and you can see over here it updated that. So then the last thing I did was I made a layer for you to pop your photo in. So right here, this white layer is hid with a layer mask. So what you'll do when you download this template is you'll bring in a photo. Let's say we want to do this one. So we'll just hit V to grab our move tool. We're going to hold it on to the other document. And then since this is quite a bit bigger, what we're going to do is we're going to hit Command T and Command 0. And we're just going to scale this down. So if we hold the Alt key, it'll scale from both sides. We'll kind of get this where we want it. Make this a little bit bigger just so it covers that box. And so that's probably a pretty good size. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring that down underneath this photo layer mask. And actually we're going to make another copy of that. So hit Command J. We're going to put this underneath the box layer and we're just going to turn that off for now. So now what you do is you just hold down your Option or Alt key, grab the mask and slide it down to layer 1. So now you don't need this photo layer mask, so you can hide that. So now you have your photo placed in the box. Now if you want to adjust the photo placement, all you have to do is unclick this little linking layer right there, hit V, and now you can slide your photo without affecting the layer mask. So you get that kind of lined up where you want it. And then just when you're done, make sure you link that back if you want to adjust your adjust the size of the box or anything. So now that last layer, what we're going to do with that is we're going to hit Command T. We want to scale that up a little bit. We want to just fill that document size, and it helps if you're on the right layer. So again, we'll hit Command T and we'll just scale that up a bit. Maybe we want a little bit of the car shining through on the side. Or since there's so much landscape, we could also do this deal and just kind of keep it that way. So we'll hit Enter, go back. And then one thing that I do, if you watch like my Hot Wheels tutorial, I like to come down to blur, go to Gaussian blur, and I just like to put a little bit of blur on that just to help the box kind of stand out. So we'll go ahead and hit OK, and you can see there you have it. So you would just go ahead and export this out, save it to your desktop, and then post it wherever. Now you're wondering, where can I get this cool template? So what I've done is, if you go to my website, if you go to nathanbrummer.com/download, it'll take you to this page here. And if you go to the very bottom, you can come down here to Forza template. So if you click on this, it'll download the template. It'll save it to your downloads folder or wherever it auto saves to your computer. And then you can go ahead and open it and use it. It's the exact file that I have here. Pretty easy to use, pretty self-explanatory. So if you don't want to go through and build this on your own, feel free to use a template. I love it if you guys use this and post it to your social media accounts. Just tag me. I love seeing what you guys build. So hopefully you found this video useful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And also, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Lastly, if you have any suggestions for future videos or things that you want to see on this channel, leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, until next time, take care.